Okay, video went well, and because we're unable to work a thing up in, during the lesson again. This is what I think is a very good next step. Same speed, same notes. However, fewer and fewer pick strokes are going to hit the strings. So, just like before, basically you got your three lines, and then we take those notes. Well, not an octave. So we got three lines at a time happening. So we got those three lines, and then you got the next section, those three lines, and then the next section, and the last three lines there. Anyway, so as you may have just noticed, there's less and less notes as we go. Also notated a couple different ways for some of these things. So the first group right here, it's all notated exactly the same. So right there, right here, that is your dotted eighth note, which is 3/16 notes long. So, very important, keep the strumming motion happening. Ghost strums, ghost pick strums. So, even though you're not playing anything or hitting anything, we still keep the hand moving the whole time. Very important, very helpful in keeping things rhythmically accurate. So, in the first group here, we are just adding in one time where we have the ghost drums happening. So that's 3. Everything's done in groups of 3. You got those 3. That note is hit 3 times. This note is hit 3 times. This is hit 3 times. And then this is picked once, but it carries all over across the space of 3. The quarter note here is just kind of a little break at the end of every bar. So the quarter note still lasts the entire beat. Now, when we get to the next group here, I have this notated, the rhythm notated in a way that's much easier to read, and then a way that's not so easy to read that uses more dotted eighth notes and no tied notes. So just real quick, like right here, that dotted eighth note, that's the same thing as this. You have the eighth note tied to a 16. So that is the length of a dotted half note. Or a dotted eighth note, the length of a dotted eighth note. Basically, the rhythm is 100% the same throughout this group of 3 lines here. So, again, you're going to keep the ghost strums happening. So now you have this note and this note where you'll pick it, miss it twice, pick it, miss it twice, and then your quarter note. Then, the next 3 lines, even more ghost strums happening. So here we begin by picking those 3 notes, and then we go into the ghost drum stuff. So here is a 16th note tied to an 8th note, which again is the same length as a dotted 8th note. This 8th note is tied to a 16th note, which again is the length of a dotted 8th note. And then here we do have a dotted 8th note. So just groups of 3. You're picking this note 3 times, and you hit this once, miss it twice, hit it once, miss it twice, hit it once, miss it twice. And then at the very end here, the last 3 lines, it's notated 3 different ways. First way is the easiest way to read it in terms of seeing where everything is laid out in that 16th note grid. So dotted 8th note, 16th note tied to an 8th note, 8th note tied to a 16th note, dotted 8th note, there's your quarter note. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 dotted 8th notes in a row. It's the same thing as this, just notated a little different. Mathematically, it's 100% the same. And then down here, we have a 4 to 3 ratio. because we are playing 4 notes evenly spaced across 3 beats. So 4 notes evenly spaced across 3 beats. And you can see that here. Dotted 8th note, that's 3/16 notes long. 16th note tied to an 8th note, 3/16 notes long. 8th note tied to a 16th note, 3/16 notes long. Dotted 8th note, which is 3/16 notes long. So definitely you can see that right here. So because all of those last the length of 3/16 notes, dotted 8th notes, everything is evenly spaced in that group right there. And it goes across 3 beats. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions with that, let me know. So here we go. I'm going to play along to the click. And let's see. Can I pull it off in one shot? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Apparently not. Uh-oh. From the top. Gotta pay better attention here. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whew. Wow. All right. That's a lot of concentration. Okay. Well, I think that covers that. I do believe we have some scale stuff to either finish and memorize. Maybe finish. I don't remember that one. So if you could remind me where we are at with the scale stuff, that'd be great. And if you got any theories, I don't think you turned anything in. Let me see. Let me just double check. Your last email. Where did it go? No. Attached was the theory. Okay. No. Okay. Yeah, if you got any theory stuff or scale stuff updated, send it on over. I'll check it out. And yes, any questions, let me know. I will see you again next week.